Hi, this is Paul Sakis, Good News Planet. I'm speaking to Arturo Guevara. Hi, how are you?
Fine, Paul. How are you? And thank you for inviting me to your program.
Should I call you Arturo or Luis?
Arturo is fine. Everybody knows me more for Arturo. The whole name is Luis Arturo Guevara Vasquez.
Okay. There's a mouthful.
Yes.
I have a beautiful quote here from Honorable Lou Carrera. Says, Arturo Guevara has been a modern-day Robin Hood of Orange County, California, and Mexico, helping nonprofit organizations over 25 years, human rights advocate against human trafficking, domestic violence, giving him time and his artwork, raising money and awareness for these causes, truly an authentic Mexican-American artist, and continues to serve the community with art and passion. Okay, that's really beautiful. So, congratulations.
Thank you. It's part of what we do. Is not only painting for ourselves, but to help people with our paintings and the messages that we send throughout paintings also.
Tell us a little bit about your artwork, how you got started, and I know you have upcoming events happening all the time, and you give to so many nonprofits very, very beautiful stuff. So a little bit about your background.
Yes, when I was 8 years old, they have this program about painting before our regular classes of school. So we actually had to get up early. I was like 8, 9 years old. So instead of going to the 9 p.m. class, I had to get up before 7 because the class started from 7:30 till 8:30. So I did sign in for the class, and I've been painting ever since.
Great. Did you have parents who were artists as well?
Well, it's something, I don't know exactly what it is, but it's something that we got inside ourselves, because, from all the students that we were in the school, we only signed 3 of us, and I don't know if they follow up on their dreams, but I did.
All right, and we're glad you did. No doubt about it. So you have an upcoming event here in Orange County and then something in Guadalajara. Tell us about the 2 different events that are coming up.
Yes, the Guggenheim Gallery is at the Chapman University in the city of Orange County, and they are having several events, and one of them is with Mexican Maestros, which is the one on June 9, and hopefully, they pay attention and bring us to the actual museum in New York. That's the idea.
I hope so, because that's my neighborhood.
Yeah, so I have exhibited in some museums in here, but, like every artist wants to exhibit at the Guggenheim Museum, so I'll send them a poster and see if they like it.
I don't see why they won't. I saw your artwork on your website. What's the name of your website?
Well, it's sanjuancapistrano.net, and most of the new work is under Art Guevara Facebook, so most of the paintings, the new paintings are right on it. So, and you wanted me to explain you about a little bit of the event in Guadalajara, Mexico.
Please.
It's a foundation that they have in every single state in Mexico, and also we are helping, to raise funds for the several orphanages in throughout Mexico, throughout the nation. So they invited several famous artists from Mexico. I'm not too sure you're familiar with José Luis Cuevas. He's one of the last ones of the great Mexican artists. Mm-hmm. And they invited 3 more and myself. So it's an honor to be with these great masters from the past. And he's actually, up there in years already. So I know him for a long time, but this is the first time that we're going to be together.
That's exciting.
Also, yes. I also studied with one of the last Mexican muralists, exactly from Guadalajara. His name was Maestro Raúl Anguiano. He did several murals here in California, and we were friends for 10 years, and we painted and did light drawings for over 10 years. And he passed away on 2006. So what I'm doing, I'm trying to share everything that I learned from them. With the new generation of artists, small kids, teenagers, and teenagers at risk that I had worked before in the past. So I'm opening a center exactly for that, and also to give therapy through arts to children with Down syndrome, battered woman, and mainly people that have had a hard life and they need a distraction and something to learn while they recover from all these kind of situations. I was telling you about the exhibit in Guadalajara. I went off. Anyway, yes, the seems to be that the candidate for the Mexican presidency is going to be there. His name is Enrique Peña Nieto. And also the invited guests, they are the Carlos Slim family, probably a lot of other dignitaries. So it's going to be an exciting exhibition, and it's going to be the June 9 and June 10. So it's going to be something very special for me, and hopefully, that this one will follow some other ones.
Well, it sounds fantastic. I got a first cousin that lives not far from Guadalajara, about 30 minutes or so, in what you could say to me is a kind of an American area. There's a lot of Americans who have retired there. She retired with her husband, and been asking me to come down there, that they're living such a wonderful life, and beautiful, beautiful, beautiful surroundings, and so they couldn't rave more about it. In fact, we did a story, and we started Good News Mexico, Arturo, and it's we interviewed the head of your tourism and some of your other people. I'm particularly very fond of Mexico myself, and so was my aunt and uncle, and I used to bring home pictures of the different areas that they would go to, and I've been on Mayan cruises. It's a beautiful, beautiful country. I can see where you have so much inspiration.
Yes, in reality, we are connected with the main people in there, just like you mentioned, Mrs. Gloria Guevara. She has my last name also, the head of tourism of Mexico City. She has actually helped to have my exhibitions here in California. And they bring, literature about the travel and businesses in Mexico. Like the sad part about the all these turmoils and arms and drugs. Unfortunately, it's every country's daily life. But for some reason they are making a lot of noise about what is happening in Mexico. And in a way, is also to keep tourists from going to Mexico and spending money over there. But the truth, I travel to Mexico several times a year, and I never seen that part. I seen it on the newspapers, because they are there on the TV. But where we travel, there are specific places, beautiful places like you just mentioned, and there is never, I have never encountered, I should say thank you for that, one of those situations. So I do recommend people to travel to Mexico. It's safe, same in here, we have some places that not even the police like to go in it. But
Mm-hmm.
you know, that's one of the things that I do through my paintings. You know, I paint, you know, sometimes political scenes that happened. You know, Katrina. I painted two paintings after Katrina hurricane. I painted several themes like the 9/11. I have a little mural about 9/11, and I'm painting happy things of life, you know. But you know, it's like the scribas of the Mayas and the Aztecs. You know, they painted the events that they were happening in those times because there were no newspapers or TVs or photography. You know, so paintings were the ones that tell the story of the time that is being passing through, you know.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me ask you, because I love what you're saying about all the outreach you do because of our theme of good news and promoting the people that are doing such beautiful news. Why do you feel that it's so important to you? I mean, I couldn't, you know, the list is extraordinarily long about all the nonprofits that you're there for. Why you personally? Why do you do it?
Well, you know, it's something happened to me when I was like 10 years old. We have a bad accident. I mean, my back broke. You know, according to the doctors, I was never going to be able to walk again. Mm-hmm. And my father and my mother, you know, we were not in a very good economic situation. So they used to carry me like 2-3 blocks to the doctor every single day for a year, twice a day. You know, so my mother had to learn how to put injections on myself because, you know, there was no way to pay a nurse to come and do it twice a day. So for one whole full year, I was paralyzed in my bed.
Oh, man.
And listening my friends play marbles outside my window so they can keep company nearby. You know, I was eager to get up every single day and just to fall and fall and fall. You know, every single time my knees were bloody and my elbows, you know. So it was a bad year. But I succeeded, you know. At the end of the year, you know, I was able to just stand, you know, not to lift the legs or anything. But, you know, all of a sudden, you know, I was able to move one foot a little bit and then the other one, and mm-hmm. and then since then I've been walking.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So that, you know, make me the person that I am today, you know, helping people through many non-profit organizations. You know, we help 9 orphanages in Mexico with my art. You know, as you can see, Boys and Girls Club, you know, mariachis, centers for children with special needs, you know, another center for people with schizophrenia and mental illness, and you name it. All of them are there, you know. So you know, why, you know, shall we keep everything that we earn if we can share with people, you know? So that's the part that I'm somehow proud of. You know, I am not a rich person, but I've been able to help a lot with my paintings and make a lot of people happy.
Makes you a millionaire, if not a billionaire.
Yes. You know, the other part, you know, is a person asked me to help with the domestic violence. She was almost killed by a Marine. And she says, help me, people listen to you, you know, do something, you know, help all of us females. You know, we are having a hard time with our husbands. You know, nobody listened to us. So, you know, I did a lot of research, you know, with the Camp Pendleton psychologists, psychiatrists over here in Orange County, congresswomen, senators, you know, and I did my homework, and I started a one painting, and then all of a sudden, you know, it turned into a large series for paintings of domestic violence, and all of a sudden it's traveling throughout cities, you know, and the Mexican consulate decided to give lectures about prevention for domestic violence, and several did documentaries, to help to solve this problem. So, for the last almost 7 years, I've been adding paintings to these areas. I don't know, you saw one that is called The Scream.
Mm-hmm. I did see that. I saw a lot of good artwork. I loved it. I love your vision of life.
People cry, specifically in these paintings. People cry in front of them. They embrace themselves. Some people tell me that I saved their lives. Some people say that I saved their marriages, their relationships, their sons. So, it's such a good feeling when someone tells you that you did something for them. Not necessarily give them money or gifts or anything, but just the intention to help. And, when they tell you, Dios te bendiga, which means God be with you, or they tell you something very beautiful, they give you a hug, but it's real sincere, and they say thank you, with some kind of a profound feeling, it feels so good. So that's my paycheck.
I hear you, and I hear you loud and clear. I'm actually kind of emotional just looking at your beggar and tenderness and some of your other artwork. I mean, you capture the good. It's a beautiful thing. Let me ask you one last question. We enjoy to speak with you now, and I look forward to speaking with you again. Let's make this part one of many. What's good news for you?
Good news for me is being able to open places for other artists, because I know how hard it is. I'm actually starting a new art movement in the city of Laguna Beach, which is an art city. Mm-hmm. And it's it's like I was telling you, there's so many artists that they are, begging for someone to open the doors for them. So a friend of mine, is letting me use his gallery, and that's exactly what we're doing, opening the doors for many artists that want to show and that want to share their work with people,
mm-hmm.
because that's mainly that's what we want to do, We become famous, or we sell a lot of paintings in the future, or whatever happens. The main thing is that we want someone to appreciate, something that we put on canvas, is a recognition of some sort, people spending a little time in front of your painting and telling you if they like it or if they don't, if it is good, if it is bad, We always appreciate any comments, because that's what we're paying for. So that's my like I say, my paycheck. It's so beautiful to be able to lend a hand to someone. So that's my main drive.
Beautiful. Arturo, thank you very much for sharing good news with us. Thank you.
And thank you, Paul, and I'll be here anytime you need to talk to me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my friend. Okay. Bye-bye.